Welcome to another session of Endless Space 2. I'm Mats, and I'm continuing my Unfallen playthrough. And we're really playing, in some ways, a very chilled faction and using our vines to put a lot of influence and pressure on other factions while just being at peace a lot of the time. Which is, very appealing, I think. This is a very good faction to try out, I think, if you're maybe overwhelmed a bit by the game. You don't like warfare, and you just want to play a relaxed game focused on your economy and expansion. And I think as I'm showing here, they're very viable on endless difficulty. Admittedly, we did have a good start, but even with that start, I think we have the possibility of winning really quickly. And that's pretty impressive, I think. 100, maybe well, I don't know when we're going to win, but like winning within 100 turns is like really not bad. Well, winning within 100 turns is probably out of our reach here, but like, I feel like we're in a commanding position by turn 90, which is pretty great. Though the one thing we do have to worry about is somebody randomly snatching the win away from us. So we're just gonna make sure that we're knocking out systems from our biggest competitor, aka Lime Green, and we can just make sure that Lime Green never really gets enough systems to win the game because we're just influence pressuring them out. I guess next I can try and play the Lumeris. Lumeris are similar to the Unfallen in that they're pacifist nation. Although I personally haven't had that many experience. I haven't won with the Lumeris yet. I guess partly because every time I play them, I just spawn next to Cravers and get crushed. That's really the big thing you have to worry about if you play a faction like this. You can't force peace on the Cravers. And that can be really bad because the Cravers are anyways some of the more dangerous enemies you can face in this game on endless difficulty. I don't know if I should just swing back here and check out the things of this planet. Are there going to be Guardians here? Yeah, there are. Yeah, why not? We'll just send the hero this way. Not doing much. Again, the nice thing about this victory is that we didn't actually have to build fleets. Like we've just done it for this game so far. We haven't needed to build fleets. We've just taken it chilled and used peace as our weapon, as it were. I really do like this faction quite a lot. I like a bunch of factions in this game quite a lot. I like this game quite a lot. There, well, I guess you knew that. We could have guessed that. I actually want to make sure I can get the super biofuel factory of all of the systems I have with a lot of food, but also a lot of population. Because what super biofuel lets us do is it lets us turn the random extra food into extra industry, which would be pretty substantial on systems where, we actually, I don't want to get this, I want to get level 4s. Pretty good for systems where we have a lot of population, because we're not really getting any value out of the food at max population. But if we become a super biofood factory, we are getting value out of the extra food. Namely, we're getting extra industry, which we can then turn into other resources, like extra science through this autonomous mining upgrade. Not that you can't do, you can get another upgrade, but autonomous mining is the best conversion rate for science, I think. Alright, let me just make sure I find all the systems with a lot of population. Yeah, super biofuel, prioritize that, get that out first. Although there's not much food production in the system anyway, so super biofuel is a bit of a waste, yeah. We can look at Rhea. Rhea is probably a good choice for super biofuel factory. And then we can get all of these great science upgrades in the system. Yeah, they've taken to us pretty quickly. Despite this, look at this massive ownership penalty, and we're still on ecstatic. Look at that. Isn't that great? Love this faction. I like me some trees. Never mind, I'm just going to wait for this to come online naturally. On a turn we can just pick up Mega Rares, get this Giga Lattice, get some level 4 systems. That should be great. I think it's in a turn. or 2 turns. In the meantime, I might actually pick up Ursa or something. Or Yedex. Yedex seems pretty good. Influence conversion is slow, but you can really speed it up dramatically with the extra influence. Speaking of extra influence, it's something we really want to prioritize in our universe. Question is, do I want to wait a turn and see about picking up Mega Rares instead of Yedex? Maybe, but maybe not. Nah, I think we'll just pick this up. What's the harm? Got a new population bonus for these random people. Bonus on fertile and yeah. Not bad. I wonder, do I have ecologists in my... I don't have ecologists. So I don't have ecologist laws, I don't think. I kind of do want ecologist laws. That's the downside of having to change your government type, though I think here was strategically well motivated. Okay, they've joined. No, go away. Go away. So the alliances are really starting to shape up. They're losing a lot of happiness for turn because of the... I think they're unhappy or something. Oh, sorry, they're losing a lot of food per turn because of unhappiness. Oof, that was difficult. I'm just gonna get these buildings, why not? Yedex is a good system though, lots of population slots. Can assign bonus influence. I can almost assign a hero. I'm almost feeling like assigning Luna Boxies, just because of the extra food bonuses she's going to give on the system. Yeah, it's not a bad choice, I don't think. Where's Primus? Yeah, except the Vodiani leave is not the end of the world. They're killing the food production in the system, so kind of like, yeah, whatever. Level 2 modernization is something we want. Stealing systems from Vodiani is not that great because they're Vodiani, their population units are only good if you're playing as Vodiani. It's not quite that simple. Well, their population units are best if you're playing as Vodiani when you don't care about food. But if you aren't playing as Vodiani, you do care about food, it's more of a liability that they prevent you from having food. Kind of weird about the Vodianis that they don't they don't increase population through food, but they still have a food reduction on their systems, meaning that sometimes you can have negative food and lose on their populations, which is really weird and frustrating. I don't understand why that's in the game. Alright. Cool, and we can pick up Mega Rares. Mega Rares. So that's kind of funky. And can't pick up this system yet, but we can just go here. Continue vining up the territories of the empire the empires that we're most worried about, basically. We can vine up this system. Why not? Let's just get these. They're giving us flat science bonuses. It's not the worst. We can even pick up Ursa in a couple of turns. Having a high influence production would be nice. We can improve our influence production a bit by cutting unessential laws. Fair trade bill and make love not war are really crucial because they improve our happiness and improve our FIDs. Although we might not even need fair trade bill. Although we do kind of want fair trade bill. Yeah, whatever. We're actually pretty close to winning in a couple of turns. What I can get something like this. Just get a bit of extra science. The main thing I just want to avoid is having to have my valuable stuff drain too quickly. With my stuff, I mean my valuable. What's the word? To have my valuable influence drain. Okay, then, because influence is valuable because it helps us win the game here. Picking up more systems is what helps us win the game. Everything else is just sort of like, okay, it's fine, but we don't need it. I'm just going to pick up modernization here. Bonus industry could be useful on the system. Finally, modernization is the best on systems which aren't that well developed, with a high level modernization, because it takes 3 turns to activate. You might want to be doing something more productive for your industry on that system. It's kind of funny. Although the main systems often have upgrades which benefit from modernization, so it's not quite that clear. No, we can pick up this system. We definitely want to pick up all of Orange's system because they're kind of weak. Surround the behemoth here. Speaking of, we can create economic behemoths. And what I'm going to add for them is we can gain stuff for terraforming. That's kind of neat, but I think I rather want these bids bonuses on them. There's a flat fits bonuses, which is kind of nice. Now on our scientific behemoth, we can edit it. Not this one. Actually, move this one back here. Edit it, move it back. Let's see about this first. We can actually add more slots here. Edit latest. Yeah. We can add more slots so that we're getting more strategics a turn. And if we're going to do that, we might as well move this one back and edit it later. Now we have enough extra adamantium that I'm kind of interested in picking up a good adamantium upgrade, and that has to be this fabrication license. Let's just get bonus industry on our planets. Pretty substantial bonus to industry, I should say. It's just that we don't really have it earlier. We can sell this more extra random ships that do anything to help me win the game. I mean, if I could use those ships as, you know, in a constructive way, I would, but I can't, so I don't. I would if I could, but I can't. If only we can buy more. Oh, we can buy more antimatter. Never mind. I was like, if only I could get more antimatter, but I can. So I'm going to get a ton of antimatter here, I think, with the aim of turning that antimatter into something productive. I mean, so by something productive, I mean those bonuses to influence we can get via our factional upgrade. So we can sell these for a ton of dust. I just want a lot more influence at this point because bonus influence is very important for us because it means it will help us. It will basically help us get our victory condition, and that's obviously important. Like, it's the kind of thing that will help us close out the game. Therefore, it's like crucial for us. Let's pick up. That's probably not even that good. I don't think the Senate bonus increases by that much, but whatever. We really want the final level of this hero. These skills are great. What do we get for the Epistus? Probably something relevant, like oh, actually, 20% reduction on improvement construction. That's pretty. That's actually pretty relevant. Never mind. Let's assign a skill on her. Getting bonus capacity. Well, getting bonus industry is not bad. But, you know, I suspect random stuff or random resources are going to be a bit better. Super biofuel is not the worst here. Not the best, but also not the worst. Microwave pipes. It's always something I'm at least a bit interested in. Now we're picking up that system soon. I'm just going to send it here so we can pick up the system which nobody is capturing and which isn't going to cost us any extra resources to colonize. I'm going to pick up the Savannah, extra antimatter. One more system that's closer, that gets us closer towards winning the game. If I was playing with other humans, I might... other humans. If I was playing with people, I would definitely consider cutting the expansion victory type, the conquest, because it just feels kind of very reasonably boring. Or it just feels very quick to do, and it doesn't feel that advanced to do. Although for balance reasons, it might have to stay in. Like for some factions, just can't get science victories or economic victories that easily. Okay. Okay, I'm close to conquest victory. I knew that. It's good that I'm close. Cool, next time we pick this up. That's great. And a bit of extra influence never hurt anybody. Well, it might hurt our neighbors. We need 7 more planets to win, basically. Oof. I guess. This is the Epista side quest. I'm not going to go into detail because it doesn't matter that much at this stage. Let's make Lunar Boxies a better food producer. The Getting High program is actually not a bad choice in the system. We have what we need to make it work. Yeah, this was a bit unhappy with us. So why not get high with friends? I think that has to be the intended flavor for that. This is apparently why we make alliances, people. Like, we could buy this out, or we could wait to see if we can buy out their main system. I don't know what the difference will be really. I guess if we want to buy out more systems in total, we just want to make sure that we don't waste any influence on the way there. Got some antimatter in the system. This system seems nice. Screw you, positron. There. That wasn't very nice of me, but okay. I want to check files. I do want to get this Guardian Law so badly, but I might just win before I see what it does. But I want to learn. Maybe it's like the best thing ever. Well, maybe it's terrible. But like, you never know. It's impractical to pick up as it turns out. But yeah, whatever. I can afford the system now, I think. Question is, do I want it? Looks pretty decent. So apparently you can't influence convert systems if they're being invaded. Nor can we influence convert the system. Now, I haven't actually checked my influence pressure. Yeah. I am the caviar of the galaxy. No, I don't want alliance. Jesus. They're really spammy. We're doing really well on score, by the way. Like, turn 95 and we're really outpacing the other empires. The more I play this game, or the more I play the Unfallen, the more I feel like this is great. Alright, we're maximally influence pressuring them. Economic tribute. That is a pretty substantial tribute, I'm into that. And just what resources can you offer me? I guess antimatter. I'd like that.
How are you? The galactic stage is ripe for...
Our friendship is something pure, isn't it?
Okay, we concede your demand. Excellent.
This
Speaking of
contact
demands...
is unwelcome.
Ha!
For what reason do you interrupt
We're
our
wrecking you.
crusade?
No free resource turn. Actually, we don't want that. We want the
Welcome.
advanced demands.
May the silence of the vault bring you peace.
Yeah, as I make a demand from you. Thanks for that. How much are we getting from this? That's not bad. It's pretty substantial. Bonus. I guess adamantium is something else I want. I just want to pick up this antimatter so I can quickly get extra influence reduction
Argons are always ready to sell.
via these upgrades. And this thing, Mantle Unity, is giving us a lot. Oh, once per empire only? Aww. I invested so much. Didn't read the fine print. Didn't read the fine print. Got punished. Anyway. Not that bad. This economic behemoth will be pretty nice in the system. This flat bonus. Now I have a ton of antimatter for no reason. I mean, it was free. Not the end of the world. Since we have so much, we almost want to pick up this technology. I've trash talked this technology in the past because I think there are better uses of antimatter, but we happen to have a lot of antimatter lying around, so, you know, why not? The thing is, when you're choked on a strategic resource, which is quite common, then the other upgrades, which don't use that strategic resource as well, lose in value very quickly. And also having this antimatter is nice because we can just pick up every Reality Institute everywhere. It sounds like a rebellious punk band. The Every Reality Institute. I do like the soundtrack for this game a ton. That was part of the thing I liked about the first Ender Space. I wasn't very good at that game, but I really enjoyed playing it. Well, I mean, everyone starts not being very good at the game, right? But I really enjoyed playing it and then just listening to the soundtrack and just waiting for my favorite track to play. Maybe at some point I should do some critique of these games so the fan gushing doesn't become too intolerable. Let me just pick the system up. Why not? There is no real cost for us picking up systems. And the closer we get to this conquest, the better. I probably should have been more aggressive about picking up systems that are like unguarded. Because those are quick ways for us to get colonies without actually stepping on anyone's toes, or without actually having to spend influence, more importantly. Is that a guardian? No, that's a random signal. No, it's a trap! We don't have to watch this. I mean, it would be nice in general to watch at least one fight in this game, but none of these fights matter. Like, really, really important to note just how little... we never had to commit to any military action to win this game, or like to put ourselves in a good position to win this game. It's possible I still screw something up and lose, but you know, we're doing pretty well as it is. Alright, cool. Do we want to pick up Moonbase Alpha? I guess we kind of do want to get Gravitas at this point. I also think being in an alliance will make it harder for us to win. When we do try and close out the war, there's a lot of factions. I think that might make it harder for them to get a victory condition though. Because when you have a lot of factions in an alliance, you all need to be getting the victory condition at once. Which makes it kind of, I think, problematic for them to go for a victory condition. We can almost go for the highest tier upgrades. I do want this distributed energy at some point. It's not the best upgrade, but it is quite valuable. This is quite valuable. We have so much of these resources in this game that can just consider getting these things which I normally wouldn't pick up because of the prohibitive resource costs, or the fact that those resources are better spent elsewhere. But yeah, just we don't have to worry about that too much. It looks like the Crave is not doing too well. It's kind of surprising me, I guess. Maybe the Cravers aren't as good as they used to be, or I was overrating them or something. Well, when I say that, I'm sure they are good. Finally, the Vodiani fleets have sort of turned the tides of this war. Now they're capturing this planet, which means I can't capture it, which is least slightly annoying. I think we've gotten this upgrade on this planet. Which, yeah, it's giving us 120 bonus influence production per turn. And we can get this intergalactic thingamabobby. Lectures. Yeah, lectures, hey? Damn! Better be scared of my lectures. It's going to be pretty good for us on the system, though. 30% bonus influence production. Again, influence is, together with other things, influence is kind of how we win at this point. Oh, I forgot about this terraforming thing. Whoops. Let's just send up there. We're still winding up this. Getting a flat bonus of science in this point in the game is actually not that relevant. Even if that flat bonus is for free. So I guess we want to just switch that off and go for one of the other systems. Which system is even available? This one, I guess. Yeah. No, I don't want to be good. I appreciate the offer, but I don't want to be a piece. Okay, we're actually producing the most science in the galaxy. That's a good sign. You don't have to worry about science victory being snatched up by someone else. You know, this game is going so smoothly, and it's also like a no-stress way of going smoothly. You know, you don't have to worry at all. Almost, in some ways, this faction is like, I don't say the easiest, but the most pleasant to play on in this. So I really like it a lot. And just happy trees. Okay. Speaking of which, how many systems we still need? We need 6 systems. We finally knocked into overexpansion disapproval. I wonder if there's any level 4 systems in my empire where I can get that stupid thing. I'm sure there are level 4 systems somewhere. I just can't find them. I have been upgrading level 4 somewhere, I think. Let's get fabrication license there. I could have sworn they were level 4 somewhere. I was at least planning on getting them somewhere. The system is giving us quite a lot. We can think about getting intergalactic lectures here. Yeah. This is like the Galaxy's version of TED Talks or something. Like, hopefully a bit higher quality, but anyway. Yeah. I thought I was getting level 4 systems somewhere. Oh, I have. Yeah, that's good. So on this system we can finally get this autonomous thing. And that should be useful. You're keeping our overexpansion disapproval down a little bit. Although it's not that useful, like. Oops, I wish there was a way to tell which system. There probably is a way to tell which system is which level. Very easily. Yeah, there definitely is a way to tell, now that I think about it. I'm sure there must be something like that in the game. Yeah, this game is quite systems heavy. That's one way of putting it. It's a little bit systems heavy. Just a little bit. You can actually pick up that planet very soon. Just getting some water for myself. Yeah. We're actually in a really great position to just close out the game at this point, actually. We'll just control the game enough. Oof. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm so popular. I'm so popular. Too popular. Sorry, give me some space. It's like everyone just wants to be my friend, you know. Like, so you need to understand that I need some alone time too. Anti-trafficking center. We should get this on systems where we have trade value. Where did I pick that up from? Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's get it after we pick up these upgrades. And here, anti-trafficking center, and where else is? Yeah, here we can pick up dust anti-trafficking as well. Although I think I want intergalactic lectures first. Yeah, that's all going well. Speaking of which, I should probably upgrade my trade routes. Cool. A nice mix. Maybe slightly skewed towards the Giga Lattices. I just want to make sure I get some level 4 systems so that I can upgrade those things. This is kind of relevant. This will give us a nice chunk of industry. This will give us more industry faster, let's put it that way. Kind of the late game, the extra industry upgrades lose a bit of their flavor or luster. They're nice, but they're also like not that nice. That we're getting more from these percentage bonuses. It's quite nice. I mean, I was saying this is a nice upgrade to have, but at that point in the game, we already have so much industry. We don't have to worry too much about industry production. Like there is a point where, sadly, industry stops being that important. Well, industry is always that important, but it's like I also want other stuff a lot in the end game. Alright. This would be nice to pick up at some point if we wanted to fight, but I don't think we do. This is a nice thing about diplomatic playthrough. You just kind of cut out this tree, and there's a lot of science you save in a way on just things you never needed. This is not even valuable. I swear this is another peace proposal. Go away! Understand with blood brothers and everything. Like, give me some space. Okay, pick this up and continue to put even more pressure on them. Yeah, this is the main way you interact with players as the Unfallen. You just bind their places up like crazy. Force them into unfavorable treaties. As you can see, these demands are very strong. Like it is important that you have some way of interacting with other players. Otherwise, you're just relying on winning faster. And the way the Unfallen are going to interact is just by spreading vines all over their places. So then we get a lot of influence pressure on them, and more importantly, we have a way to. Let's not get the level 4s. We have a way to just pick up their systems very easily. Like here, this used to be Unfallen space, and Riftborn space, and now we just chop them one by one. Therefore. And the upside of this is also that we're preventing them from winning, conversely, you know? Where's the number that just tells you which level these systems are at? It's a pain in the ass to try and find the level 3 systems. Well, a pain in the ass, I mean, just need to do a few clicks, and I'm complaining about that. There, let's just get that. Yes, how many systems do we have actually? We need 6 more systems, no? We need 5 more systems, and then we can win. I just want to see if I can do it in under 100 turns. Definitely beat my record. Oh, we're at 100 turns, never mind. Well, I think the fastest that we would beat this game is like under 120 with the Hisho, but that was when Science Victory is really easy to get. Yeah, back when Science Victory had like remarkably few conditions. Just grab it really quickly. I mean, the basically science victory was like this. The winning sciences were on the same tier as these, so the final tier of sciences were like irrelevant because you just skip for the science victory immediately. I'm really glad they've changed that because that final tier of sciences felt so sad. It was like, okay, I could get this cool science, or I could win. I'm like, yeah, let me just win. Not that I don't like them, it's just that, you know, winning. And now it's not like that at all. I'm getting these. So 28 is the magic number, we have 24. We need to just pick up 4 extra systems. Can we get this one? We can get this one very easily. Although then we're out of influence. Well, not very easily then if we're out of influence, I guess, yeah. The system is being invaded, we can't pick it up. The system is too expensive. The system is also too expensive. The system is comparatively cheap. Are there any other systems we can randomly colonize within our space? This fine ship can go here, I think. I think we can definitely win within the next 10 turns, which will probably be my record. Yeah. I guess the more I play this game, the more optimally I play it, the easier it is to win for a good start. Where show location is this? I think this might be quest related. I don't want to lose these dust tricks. I don't want to lose these vine chips. I didn't prioritize weapons on these things, but yeah. That choice is being quote unquote punished here, but really it's not. You can just retreat even if this happens. So, yeah. In a more, I think the Unfallen would have had a lot harder time if it wasn't so easy to make peace with everyone. Like sometimes in other games, making peace is actually quite a struggle, and you have to put a lot of more work into it. Yeah, in that case, we would have had to be more inventive. So I've played games with the Unfallen where I've just built warships. You know, it's not a bad choice actually. If we're at peace. I mean, if we're at peace, but if we have a lot of factions we're at peace with, we can actually get pretty substantial bonuses out of that. So going for warships is not inherently bad in this faction. It's actually quite powerful sometimes. But yeah, it wasn't what we needed to do this game, so I'm fine with it. Again, just 4 more planets everywhere. Possibly I could have gone for that a little sooner. But yeah, it's I mean, who races with trees, honestly? Endless Archive, what is that? Oh. These are pretty cool anomalies. I guess we only get these anomalies later in the game. Yeah. I almost want to check out all my anomalies now. Because these are late anomalies to pick up, so they might be quite powerful. I didn't actually think about that. Endless Archives. Oh, this is kind of bad. Yeah, never mind. It's kind of good if you're being influence converted, but that's never something we have to worry about because we're so overpowered. Well, not overpowered, but because we're so good at influence battles, we don't have to worry about the upgrade. I guess it's nice to randomly have. I would like to pick this up. I would also like to pick this up. So I guess we're going for the final tier of the science applied Casimir effect. This is not bad. Yeah. I don't know what the science deed is. Okay, we have the pacifist laws already. So we can think about picking ecologists. No, wait, I don't want to waste influence at this point in the game. Influence is what I need to win the game. Didn't I pick something already? Why is it not working? Okay, that's better. And as usual, the thing we voted for did actually happen. Well, that's interesting. Very weird. Not used to that happening. So again, it's kind of important that you're not in alliances with this. This doesn't come up in this game, but it is kind of important that you're not in alliances.
Bargains are always ready to celebrate.
What was I going to say? It's kind of important that we're not in alliances with factions that are close to our vines, because that way we don't gain the ability to influence convert their systems if they're not next to us, or if they're next to us, because being an alliance means you automatically forfeit on these influence conversion tactics.
We see you almost as kin.
Yeah, okay, fine, I get it. Spin-off incubator. We gain +5 dust per science buildings on Empire. Oh, that's pretty good.
Tell us what.
Okay, fine, I'm not worried. Raise the dust produced per turn. Pretty good. Well, pretty. How can it be good if it's a challenge? Oh, I mean, it can, but like, I have to worry about that. Gonna pick up National Museum here. They're picking up level 3. We really just need to pick up 4 systems, ideally all at once. These systems are probably going to be easiest to pick up. Or maybe that's an unfair assumption. These systems are going to be more important to pick up because this faction is closer to winning. I guess I'm just going to get in the system. Just, why not? Ah! That was really bad. We're going to lose all of these ships. Well, it's not that bad. We have all that we need to win the game. We don't have to keep fighting at this point. Yeah, this game has gone so smoothly. In some ways, it's been just like the model game for this faction. I feel like this is everything you want to do with this faction. Like, be at peace with a ton of empires. Check. Extend your vines to put pressure on them. Check. And then just slowly win via, or actually pretty quickly win via getting extra colonies. Although, as you can see, we don't need to do that. We can even just slowly win the game via science or dust or something. Oh, we get an extra hero. Industrialist, Seeker, Overseer. I'm into the Overseer. Can we get... Yeah, we can go for the system directly. I'm going to do that. Science skills. Bonus dust production. Bonus food. Bonus science. Kind of interesting that a Riftborn hero would be good at food. It's kind of not the MO, but okay. Just pick up these things here. No, I actually don't have to, it's just a waste of resources. Got that. Yeah, I feel kind of confident that we'll be winning in the next 10-20 turns. I'm very confident, actually. Just need to keep our influence production high enough that we can just capture system after system. And it is very high. Yeah, so recap, what was our strategy? We build up our main system, we pick up at least 2 fleets of 4 vine ships, start vining, and that's how we expand. Then we put influence pressure on other factions via vines, and then we get the bonuses from this beautiful upgrade. I don't know what we're doing to recap now, I should just do the end of the game. We get the bonuses from this beautiful upgrade by being at peace with a lot of empires, which we just are naturally by forcing peace on everyone. And then we use influence conversion with our vines to just pressure other empires out of the game. Or set ourselves up into a good position to win. These are not bad upgrades to pick up. Moon base. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting random upgrades. It doesn't actually matter at the stage of the game. Nor does this fleet, to be honest. We need 1,000 to get a new system each time, so... I should have planned for this and should have mined systems that were unoccupied. But yeah. Well, you learn something every time, eh? This system we definitely want to vine up. Get that going as soon as we can. I wonder how easy it is to pick up these new systems. The influence pressure. Yeah, once again we're playing a game where we're like really in command of the game.
Feel content anytime we think of you.
That's great. And now we're picking up extra science in the system. Kind of feel like I have to play one of the weaker factions at some point in this game. It's just going so smoothly. That's not.
You're the caviar.
Okay, trade routes are being blocked. Whatever. Can't deal with that that easily. We sort of maximize this hero. A decent governor. Oh wait. Not the worst, but also not the best. We still have to pick up some random constructions here. Just something to keep our population busy here, to be honest. I'd be thinking of putting more into this urgent AI research if I thought we were going to win with science, but we're not really going to win with science, so I don't have to. Second game. Actually, the second one would be from tech rate not reduce, yeah. Let's forget about that. If it was a human player, I'd feel like more like worried about controlling the game, but the AI is not that great about closing out the game really quickly. Sort of like the 4X experience. At some point you're just like, ah, okay, I've already won. Time to just play. I mean, the alliance system means that there are ways to get around this. Like, if you feel like some players just cruising towards victory, you can try and gang up on them via alliance. But the AI isn't smart enough to outmaneuver you politically, so it worked. We pick up the system. We have how many systems out of 26? 2 more systems. Yeah, we should be able to get that very quickly. Like in 2 turns we have enough influence to convert this. And at the very least in 4 turns we have a new colony here. So we're gonna win, I think we're gonna win within 110 turns, which is I think a personal record for me. And also a pretty fast time to win a game actually. No, maybe it's possible to win it faster than this. Let's just pick that up. Pick up random shit in the system. I just want to avoid the stupid warning where it's like, you're not producing anything in the system. I'm like, no, go away. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. What is the population bonus for Vidyani? I'm interested. Okay, bonus fids and hero recovery rate. Okay, nobody cares about that. But yeah. Alright, 1 more system. Just 1. Okay, I'm just getting some random upgrades. As usual, you know, closing out the ring of upgrades or whatever on the system. It's actually more like I'm winning anyway, so I don't have to worry about this. Ugh. Stop forcing me into doing the right thing and picking up extra things when I'm about to win. There. I'm picking up extra things. Happy? And now we can actually pick up the Science Victory technology. Science Victory is something we can easily go for at this point in the game. But again, winning via Conquest is just a little bit faster. I think we can do that in a couple of turns. The very latest, we'll be able to pick up a new planet. Turn after next. This is good if we're on Senate. Okay, I don't think I can pick up any new systems, but I might be able to next turn. Oh, yeah, I don't care about you. There. Go, get those things. Get those things. There. So it looks like turn 108 is how we're going to win. Or when we're going to win. Yeah, these conquest victories are really reasonably easy to get. Compared to at least the other victory types. And it's not like we've made a huge effort to get this as fast as possible. We were just like influence converting, just very gently. I don't need to build up huge fleets. Although I guess huge fleets would have slowed us down in other ways. Okay, let's just pick this up. And I think that means we get the victory next turn. Yeah, conquest victory. So, okay. Yeah, so that was the game. Thanks again for joining me. I had a little fun with this one. And partly I had fun just because it was a very relaxed playthrough. Where I got to play the powerful diplomatic Unfallen faction. Let's just recap our strategy very quickly before I show you the final cinematic. So the first thing was building up those fleets so that we could generate a lot of vines. We built up stacks of 4. That's important, and then we got a reasonable amount of them. Like 3 of them is a good number, 4 of them is a bit better, 5 of them is also possible. And we want to do that so we can get our colonization going, which is quite slow. We were fortunate to have a pretty good start economically, so it didn't matter that much. But the real power is that when you start binding up systems, we can expand quite quickly with those vines. But then we can also use those vines to get influence pressure and convert new systems from other factions. So that's really how we won. We used that in conjunction with the excellent upgrades and bonuses we got from being at peace with a lot of factions and just forcing peace on every faction we met. To eventually just close out the game via conquest victory, which is in many ways just the fastest and easiest way to win. So I hope this playthrough has given you an idea of how you can just beat Endless in a relatively comfortable way while playing the Unfallen. A really nice, relaxed, and very powerful faction. Thanks for joining me. Let's watch the final cinematic. Any day now. Is Yanda standing there? I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure what the Mavros are doing in this picture.
Though the Unfallen prevail and grow, the ancient spirit that is the heart may fade like the lost into history. But we remain strong and resolute. The galaxy will feel our harmony.
Yep. And the galaxy will definitely feel our harmony. I would like to check how fast I won with other factions, but I feel like this is probably my fastest win so far. Probably because I've gotten better at playing the game, but also because the Unfallen are really strong. And a different take on the game than we've experienced so far. So with Riftborn, we tried to build up our economy, build up some wonders to win the game that way. With the Hisho, we won the game via military expansion and science victory to back that up. But here we just won the game by just forcing peace on everyone and being the diplomatic powerhouse of the game. So again, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something. And consider subscribing if you did. Thanks again for joining me, and see you soon.